am showing you one of my favorite bread recipes. And no, I'm not a baker, you guys know that. But this one, you don't have to be. It's that simple. It's focaccia. And focaccia is that thick, crunchy on the outside bread that's got the big flakes of salt on it. I'm just gonna make the basic recipe and then give you all the options down below on the printed version so that you can customize your own creation. It's delicious. Here we go. 4 cups of flour, regular all-purpose flour, then salt, kosher salt. I've talked to you about kosher salt. It's the only salt I cook with. If you're using table salt, use a little bit less because the ground is smaller and it'll maybe be a little bit too salty. Now, this is the game changer for me. I always had a problem with yeast. Yeast, when you have to have the water at a certain temperature to make it bloom, and then my yeast was dead, and then I could make it. It was just like on and on. Every time I had something, it just was an issue. But I found this stuff, and it's called SAF instant yeast. And this is not an ad. I don't work for these people. It's already activated, so you don't have to activate it in water. You just put it in your mixture, and it's ready to go. No fail. So that's what I have right here. The only thing that you do have to note, you're making another recipe with this yeast, and it says put it in a cup of water. Add the water still, like I'm doing here. So here you go, water. It just doesn't have to be a certain temperature and you don't have to bloom it. And I'm just gonna mix it up. Flour, water, salt, and yeast. That's it. This bread is great because you make this part the day before and put it in the fridge for 12 hours. So I make the dough now and then I just pull it out, punch it down, let it sit for another few hours, and then bake it whenever I want. So it's really flexible that way. I don't even have to knead this yet. Form it into a ball, just like that. All right, so now that this is in the bowl, I'm just gonna drizzle it with some olive oil. Cervasi, of course, local Kansas City company. And that way it's not gonna kind of stick to the bowl. And I'm gonna toss it around in itself, cover it with some saran wrap, and put it in the fridge overnight. That's it. How easy is that? When you take it out of the fridge, it's doubled in size. So big and fluffy. And I'm just gonna punch it down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put it on my baking sheet. Drizzle the olive oil here. And then I'm just gonna stretch it out to fit this pan. It takes a minute, but who doesn't want to do this? You can use this dough for pizza, for sandwiches. I like to serve it just on an antipasta tray or as a side for like a spaghetti or lasagna dinner. It's delicious. And don't worry if you get these holes in it because it's kind of how you want it. It's going to come back together anyway because this is going to rise for about another 3 to 4 hours. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing has to be perfect, people. Life is hard enough. Right? So cover this with saran wrap, put it on your counter for 4 hours, and forget about it.